This is the moment. The years 2024 and 2025 will be the most explosive years for the cryptocurrency market. This is the time when you can increase your capital by 50 or even 100 times, just like it was in 2017 or 2021. This video will be useful for those who don't want to engage in aggressive trading and invest in shitcoins. To keep your hand in every day and engage in the activity of watching the price chart in fear of selling at the wrong time, resulting in losing your money. Here we will discuss really strong projects whose coins have great growth potential over time. I hope that many of the projects I have presented will be around for more than a decade, and as a result, the price of their coins will surprise the public many times over. And if you're watching this video when our long-awaited bull run hasn't started yet, then I want to congratulate you. It's going to be an exciting flight. And we have one very important thing to discuss with you in the run-up to these events. What coins are going to go to the moon? All of my projects that I have picked up will, in my opinion, rewrite their all-time high. These projects are very promising, and I think this video will be relevant for a long time to come. First, I will tell you about the 20 coolest altcoins, the growth of which is almost impossible to doubt. Next, we will discuss no less interesting coins. These will be 8 newcomers in the crypto industry. 8 coins that most people haven't heard of yet. This means that in a bull market, the growth of these coins can be unpredictable, because of which the price can really fly into space. The companies that present these coins are amazing in their results, and the goals they set are truly global. And my name is Ilya, and I know what Bitcoin is. Let's get started. Bitcoin finally made a bump and broke through the $50,000 price mark that it hasn't been able to break through for 2 whole years. At this point, the bull run hasn't started yet, but it's important to note that if you want to earn as much interest as possible, buying Bitcoin alone isn't the best strategy for you. Bitcoin has already grown quite nicely. Don't expect it to perform tremendously anytime soon. Bitcoin is about long-term preservation and multiplication of your assets. So to increase your overall earning percentage, I suggest you look towards altcoins and include them in your portfolio. If you thought that bull run has already started and it's too late to buy all the coins, I hasten to rejoice. This is not the bull run. This is the bull run. I want to answer a question that many people are very concerned about. When is the bull market going to start? The answer is actually simple, and it is that the bull run will start when Bitcoin updates its all-time high. So until you see a real bull run, you should not look at the value of altcoins. Your job is simply to buy promising coins and hold them. Even if you watch the video when bull run is over, I highly recommend that you still check out my list of coins, as they are really interesting projects. Many of them will grow over the years. With the right approach, these small coins can make you a fortune. But it is important to invest your money in the most promising projects, the probability of scam or depreciation in which is minimal. I will tell you about those coins in which I have invested personally. As I have already said, my goal is to update all-time high. This is my personal goal. This goal is based on the analysis of projects, communities, and TVL. How projects monetize themselves and make money also plays a big role. A great example is Solana Mobile. And as you might have thought, my list of altcoins whose growth is not to be doubted opens with our favorite coin called Solana. I remember those times. I used to buy this coin for $11. But no one could have guessed that the market would peak at $260. Shock content. And many great bloggers at the time were screaming for you to sell it at $30 or $50 sooner rather than later. And then they justified that such a high price for a single coin was the work of a great manipulator. These same bloggers are now convincing you that Bitcoin is nearing zero. These bloggers do their trademark flip-flop 100 times each and only show you their successes. Let's talk about the good stuff. Yes, hodlers had a hard time because Solana's accumulation phase lasted just over 500 days. Vitalik Buterin once said that Solana is a very good network and an interesting product, but it is full of mercantile people. Fortunately, these people have left this project. Among them are Alameda and FTX, and also many lemmings left. For the long wait, our lovely Solana is rewarding us. The accumulation phase is over and growth is happening. Solana now has a price of 115s. For me, such projects that make strong movements within their first impulse are very likely to break through their all-time high. But let's not think ahead. Let's wait for all-time high and then make a new forecast. Be patient, friends. Our strategy is HODL. Don't worry. If you're thinking of buying Solana, listen to my strategy. I don't look at the price, I look at the project. If the project is promising, I invest. Price is for speculators, and you and I are investors. So if you are buying for 3 to 5 years, try not to look at the price. The next interesting coin is the Avalanche. It is a classy project. Many people may think that its price has also fallen a lot, about 93%. But everything is not so bad if we consider this project from the point of view of long-term investment. If we look not at the price at the time of the coin's listing, but at the price, which can be generally considered as all-time low, it turns out that in this case the Avalanche project has grown by 200%. Everything is similar with the Solana example. Everyone said that the price of the coin fell a lot, but its all-time low was around $1. And if we consider the overall price dynamics, the project grew by almost 700%. You should not think that I am telling you fairy tales. The fact is that during the listing of the coin, its price was $5. And after Solana price fell to $1. That means that there were a lot of people selling Solana. But there were also people who bought Solana for $1. And then, as you might have guessed by now, those people were doing the real stonks to the moon. Yes, I wish the growth of these coins was greater, but my opinion is that the most important thing is that these projects should live for 10 years. Then there will be less volatility and more stability. This is what we are seeing with Bitcoin and Ethereum when mass adoption starts to appear more and more in these projects. So, back to Avalanche. I want to tell you a very interesting observation about price action in the market, and it goes something like this. The more the overall trend of a rate looks down, the more likely it is that the overall trend will go up. It turns out that there are some non-obvious rules at work in the market. Anything that goes up very well will go down, and anything that has been in a down phase for a long time will go up. We look at Avalanche, and we see a long accumulation. Then there was a spurt. The price increased 5 times and reached the value of $40. And many people have already started to leave this project. The depth of the price correction was about 45%. One way or another, we will soon reach the key resistance level. This is a corridor with the price from $55 to $65. After the breakdown of this level, I believe that we should refrain from selling. We are very likely to break the all-time high. Avalanche has a huge ecosystem, a huge community. Project Colony is up and running. A full pool of validators has been assembled, a huge TVL. I think that Avalanche project will remain in the list of the best coin market cap coins for a long time. But I want to remind you that this is my personal opinion. I do not claim to be a great prophet. I myself have personally invested money in these coins. Of course, not all projects will grow. Some projects will fail. But that is what risk diversification is all about. That is why I have a large variety of coins in my portfolio. And I would like to introduce our next guest. Meet Chainlink. This is probably the best purchase we've made recently. We bought a coin at $7, and now the price is hovering around $20. Our plan was to go through these 2 zones. The first zone we have already reached. Very cool, tested and accumulated. Further, the course is taken to the mark from $28 to $38. After that, weak players will leave the project. We need to wait out this moment. And we are very likely to reach the all-time high. The 4th place of my top is occupied by a coin called Matic. After its listing, the Matic coin made a crazy growth of 1500%. After that, it started an accumulation period that lasted a whole 600 days. During this period, most people buried Matic. No one believed in its resurrection. But then a miracle happened, and Matic rose 184 times. It was a spectacular bull run. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that a new period of accumulation and distribution of coins among participants began. There was no rise or fall during this period. It lasted for about 1,000 days, and now it is time for a new bull run. My target for the Matic coin is a price in the neighborhood of $7 to $10. When the price of Matic reaches the $3 mark, I will not sell a single coin. I bought a large volume at low prices, started staking, am saving up coins, and expecting a decent increase. Once again, I'll reiterate. For those looking at these purchases from a long-term investing perspective, it will definitely be a worthwhile purchase. But for those who want to buy today and sell tomorrow for 1,000% higher, this is not for you. And in general, cryptocurrency is not for you. Stop believing in the myths that tell you about becoming a multimillionaire in a short period of time. For some reason, everyone wants to get rich fast, but no one wants to get rich slowly. That's why probably about 90% of people in the market will lose their money. The next interesting coin is Uniswap. And it is interesting because its price chart is very similar to Chainlink. We can also observe a long accumulation, after which Chainlink showed rapid growth. If I'm not mistaken, the guys have already launched the Uniswap X project. It is a defense against front-run bots. It's going to have a huge impact on the industry. Right now, the price ranges from $4 to $8. So on average, If you buy a coin at $6, it's not bad. We have a similar goal for Uniswap, which is to make a new all-time high. What's the next coin I'm expecting a new all-time high from too? That's right, it's the Cosmos Atom. These coins I bought at a price of $8, after which I sent them to staking. During the staking time, my number of coins increased, and it turned out that on average I bought Cosmos for $5.50. Also, this project likes to give airdrops. Here recently I was given coins called Dimension. Now the total value of these coins in my portfolio is $8,500. But I think that Dimension will still show us its growth, but we will talk about it closer to the end of the video. Also, for staking Osmosis, I was given a small amount of coins called Celestia. I think such gifts will not be superfluous. Let's talk about a coin called NEAR. This story had a crazy dip, but things got back to normal quickly. Although for some, a year of waiting is a long time. I first bought it at $2, then I bought it at $5, and when there was a major drawdown, I was able to catch a tasty price of 1.3. I'm waiting for the all-time high. Everything is similar. But once again, not all projects will reach such goals. Remember that. Unfortunately, dear friends, not all coins you can buy at very favorable prices. One of them is Arbitrum. The fact is that Arbitrum has already renewed its all-time high. It is firmly entrenched, and at the moment does not give anyone the opportunity to buy in this price range. Don't dare sell these coins. Hold them. All these projects should be held. It is too early to even think about selling them. Don't worry. Be more optimistic. By the way, let's talk about optimism. It's a gorgeous uptrend. This project has great promise. All-time high has already been updated. But I want to tell those people who have already purchased Optimism not to sell their coins. Even if you are a speculator, there is no need to lock in profits at this time. Neither Bitcoin nor altcoins need to be sold. The real alt season will begin when Bitcoin updates its all-time high. Until then, refrain from any sales of these coins. Moving on, Toncoin. This coin has no special breakthroughs at the moment. There is some stagnation. But I think Ton has good prospects. First of all, it's because of its crazy community. That's one of the main reasons. And at the moment, still not many people know about Toncoin. That's the reason why Ton made it to my list. Also, a coin called Mantle made my list. I used to buy it for about 50 cents, a good price to buy it. Now it's hovering around 75 cents. I think there is a good prospect for Mantle. Many people say that there is no connection between Mantle and the Bybit exchange, but I think there is. A lot of people are also talking about Kronos coins, as if they have no connection with the Crypto.com exchange. That's all lies, and I think they are all working hard on their projects in connection with their exchanges. So it's just a matter of time before the price of these coins goes up. Yes, Kronos coin fell hard during the bear market, but it is still above its all-time low by 100%. I was buying this coin at an average of 9 cents. I believe in Kronos. To me, this is a long-term project. It used to be just a CRO coin, but now it's a full-fledged Kronos blockchain. I believe that they will succeed. Next, let's discuss one of the most underrated projects. People really don't understand what's going on in this ecosystem. I advise you to educate yourself on this issue. It will be really useful. Google to help. So, Elrond EGLD coin. I am sure that this project will be able to show a crazy result. Look, this is what it was during the last bull market. It's up 9,400%. I'm still surprised how most people didn't notice this project. Yes, Solana gave a bigger bump, but EGLD's bump was just as impressive. Here on the chart we can observe such a downtrend, as well as Solana, as well as other projects. After that, a sharp growth started. All these projects have approximately the same structure. I am very good at seeing that. The most interesting thing is that when analyzing a project, I am very loosely focused on the price chart, but I am very much focused on the project's monetization model, its basic idea, and the community around it. I first choose a project, then I look at the price chart. I see this huge accumulation and a downtrend. After that, I start to love the chosen project even more, as I realize that most people are now possessed by fear and they sell their coins. And it turns out that I like to buy when others are afraid. Yes, it is a high risk. We will see the results soon. The coin managed to rise above the $38 level. Then it reached the $70 level, and then there was a correction. Above 125, I wouldn't even think of selling this coin. Helium. Scam. Gabella. Priced at only $7. A lot of people were clamoring to sell. Then time passed. Its price dropped to $1. That's it. That's the end. A lot of people buried this coin. What have I heard from different people about the Helium coin? And look at the price now, it's about 10. Was it hard to just buy and not scream? After all, it's no accident that this project sold 1 million hotspots. The developers didn't accidentally make this project for 7 years. And that's what people do. They only look at the price. And what's the price? The price goes down because lemmings are selling. Next, look at this chart. We have synthetics. Similarly, we have a long accumulation that lasts 640 days. We're already out of this accumulation and we've consolidated. But that's not certain. And now we are waiting for the price to go up. And if you look at the osmosis graph, we see a very similar pattern. You know, I'm really enjoying this. Everyone is screaming, panicking and selling. But not me, on the contrary. I buy these coins and additionally give them to staking. And then in an instant, it skyrockets to the top. It's so funny. Open your eyes. Of course, not all projects do this. A lot of projects die and do scam. That is why it is important to approach this business wisely and not just buy everything that has a downtrend. ICP coin. We will not discuss prices with you, expensive or cheap. If you invest, we buy the project, not the price. If you're speculating, you have the wrong YouTube channel. So ICP. I also think the project is good. Of course, I don't think the price will go to $2,000 this year. That's because the issue is huge, and for a huge issue there must be a huge demand. Ethereum Classic. I have about 1,000 coins, holding and playing the long game. I really like the original Ethereum. Stellar. I am waiting for the rate to rise to the zone from 22 cents to 42 cents. Then I will see what will be the structure and dynamics of the project's behavior. If I like everything, I will set a goal to reach the zone of $1. This project is more speculative. Probably 5% of my portfolio are speculative projects. I advise you not to enter the injective coin now. Look at what has been happening here. Yes, you can buy injective and wait for the price of $70 per coin. But the risk-profit ratio is not worth it. If you are an investor, I suggest waiting for a big drop to purchase at more favorable prices. Aptos. I believe there is an accumulation phase going on under the $10 price level. If the rate comes above the $14 mark, I suggest holding this coin. So, as I promised, I present you the list of newcomers in the crypto industry. There were a large number of projects, but I have chosen only these 8 interesting coins: Ondo, Dimension, Celestia, Pith, Pendle, Manta, Jupiter, and Zai. I will wait for Bitcoin to update its all-time high. And only after that, I will do a thorough analysis of altcoins. I will think whether to sell altcoins or not. But until Bitcoin updates its all-time high, I won't do anything, no matter what. So if you like my method of working on the cryptocurrency market and you feel that long-term investing is just the right thing for you, welcome to my channel. Let's save and grow our assets together, and this is the Wolf of Crypto Street. May the hodl be with you.